The Indian economy is one of the fastest growing large economies in the world, and MSME, which is micro, small, and medium enterprises, is an integral part of it. There is an estimated 42.5 million small and medium enterprises in India, representing about 95% of the total industrial units in the country. However, most of these small scale businesses are highly localized with very minimal reach. Although there are e-commerce platforms such as Amazon and Flipkart, they are out there to help these small scale businesses to gain certain recognition and visibility. However, most large chunks of small scale businesses have not been able to avail the benefits of these e-commerce platforms. One of the most important aspects for any businesses is its growth, and marketing is equally an important factor that drives and helps the business to sell their products or the services to their customers. Now, to talk about marketing in India, then the traditional form of marketing has only allowed the businesses to communicate via mass media, that is TV ads, radios, newspapers, etc. However, with the advent of the internet, the world has gradually shifted from offline to online medium to sell their product. Now, to talk about the internet in India, then India currently has 845 million internet users, and this figure is expected to rise to 1,500 million internet users by 2040. With the change of consumer preferences and psychology, the marketing techniques have also changed over a period of time. So if you have a small scale business or medium scale business, and then shifting to digital marketing will greatly help you. Before that, let's now understand what are the things what are the reasons why people switched and why they buy products online. Besides that, we'll also understand how you can grow your business over the internet.
Let us try and understand as to the reasons why people buy things online, right? So the biggest attractors for this is one, convenience, right? You don't have to step out from your home or your office to buy something. Sitting there within 2 minutes, you're able to, if you know what is the product that you want to buy, you can complete up the transaction. Second, there is also the hope of discounts and cheaper prices, right? Many a times what is available online is at a much cheaper price than what would be available at your neighborhood store, right? So that is kind of been an attractor to get people onto shopping online, but that difference is slowly going away. Convenience still tops the list. Third, multiple product options. Think of it this way. Let's say you want to buy a phone. You go to your neighborhood mobile retailer. He will have a select set of models that might be there because it is also inventory led and he has to stock it. Yes, there are certain stores which will have all the models, but if it is not there, then you have the pain of going into the next store, checking there, checking on the prices, new product, old product and stuff like that. But with internet and on online shopping, with just a split second, you can shift from one portal to another portal. Let's say you've checked on Amazon, it's not available on Amazon, you shift to Flipkart. It's not available on Flipkart, maybe you check out Snapdeal. Maybe you check out Electronic Store or a Future Bazaar and so on and so forth. So that is one. Second, if I am as a seller, I can list all my products. I can bring the entire catalog there because the risk of inventory carrying is not there with a distributor or so. Why is it that many a times stores don't store everything? Because there is a cost of carrying the inventory. Fourth, multiple payment modes. E-commerce grew extremely well in the country thanks to the multiple payment modes offered by the customers, offered by the businesses. I'm sorry, not the customers, the businesses, right? You had this wonderful option about cash on delivery, which means I could order a product, not pay for it, and pay for it only when I receive the packet in my hand. This gave a huge confidence boost to most of the customer base. What is the purpose of using internet for people, right? So 85% of the people who are online use it for entertainment, and close to around 23% of the people use it for online shopping and net commerce. It's going towards around 40% now. And this is based on reports from Kantar iCube of 2019. Which is active mobile internet users data, right? So what are the steps that is needed to grow your business online? First is have a great website. Second, optimize for local SEO, SEO standing for search engine optimization. reviews, then it's about managing your social media presence, and then also integrating with multiple business support platforms.
With over 560 million internet users, India is the second largest internet market in the world. There has been a consistent increase in internet accessibility compared to what was 5 years ago. So now let's understand the role of social media in marketing.
There are so many social media platforms, but a few of them dominate, right? So what are the ones that is dominating? You have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have Twitter, you have Pinterest, you have LinkedIn, and then now there are a lot more short video apps like Mitron. TikTok is unfortunately banned in the country, but there are so many other things. First is you need to define which is the most relevant social media for you. To give examples, let us say you're running a small sari shop or a sari boutique. Then Pinterest and Instagram become extremely important for you to showcase your designs and interact with your set of customers. But let's say that you are a consultant helping industries. Then LinkedIn becomes a much more important social media platform than a Pinterest or Instagram. Twitter is more personal branding and stuff rather than company related stuff, and Twitter is also used for support mechanisms. Okay, and each of this have different kinds of demographic profile. For example, Facebook users are usually between 24 to 54, whereas on Instagram, people as young as 16, while they say it is 18 plus, people as young as 14, 15 and 16 use it. And by around 35, 37, Instagram is more or less not there. Then it gets into Facebook. LinkedIn is more seriously used by people above the age of 30, maybe up to 60 or so. Pinterest, for example, is between 18 to 35. You also have to look at what is the kind of frequency of usage by people. Instagram and Facebook is used very, very frequently, whereas LinkedIn may not be used so frequently by people. Or Pinterest is not so popular as far as your category is concerned. Then you also define what is the purpose for you to use the social media. Is the purpose to build relationship with your customers? Is the purpose to showcase your skill sets? Is the purpose to showcase the various new products that is arriving at your place? Is it business development? Is it just lead generation that you're looking at from this? So each of these things also should be put in place by you.
So if you are a small scale business or you're planning to start your small scale business or a business, then digital marketing, knowing a digital marketing, how it functions, can greatly help you. Remember that India is one of the countries where you can potentially grow your business if it is small or huge. So do watch this course and understand the importance of digital marketing for small and medium enterprises, which will help you greatly flourish your business. You can easily get access to this course only on our Financial Freedom app. So hurry up and download this app and get access to the digital marketing for small and medium enterprises in India. Also, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit on the bell icon to get notified for our next video. Thank you for watching IndianMoney.com. Get wise and break free.